All right, we're gonna get started now. All right, welcome to this edition of Thursday Night with Bearsfan. Of course, I'm your host, Bearsfan092. Feels a little bit weird to introduce myself without my cohort Dubulus, but we'll go with that. And today we got a really exciting episode for you today. We got on the line Madison Regional winner Collin, also known as TheBattleRoom, who, in addition to his first place finish at Madison this past weekend, actually got, I believe, was it top four? Was it second at Kansas?
Top four in Kansas.
Top four at Kansas. Excuse me, I gotta do my homework. Collin, you want to talk about yourself to the viewers? Tell them about yourself.
I'm Collin Hire. I've been playing competitive Pokemon since 2011, where I got eliminated round one, and then I strived to do better after that. And I kind of didn't know what I was doing for, I'd say, for the whole 2012 season. And then in 2013, I met Blake Hopper, Mr. Bopper, and he kind of helped guide me along with Zach and Toller Webb. And then I've kind of just grew from there, and now I understand how to play the game and got the top four in the finish in Madison.
All right, well, that's one heck of a story. You've come a really long way. Personally, I've known you for quite a while, and I got to say, you've definitely improved as a player. And I'd say right now, you've definitely surpassed me. Let's talk about the team that you used at Madison. Definitely a really interesting team. Especially, it's not your typical Kangaskhan meta type thing. You had Reuniclus, Hydreigon, Chandelure, Garchomp, Rotom Wash, and who am I missing here? I listed 5.
Mawile.
And Mawile, of course. How can I forget Mawile, the Mega? You want to talk about how you built this team?
After the St. Louis Regional, the Winter Regional set, I started testing around with Helping Hand Vaporeon and Lucario because I thought Helping Hand was a underutilized move in this metagame. So I wanted to try to get it to work. And while Vaporeon and Lucario were good, I wanted to go for a bulkier approach, and Vaporeon didn't have any speed control. So I looked for other Helping Hand users, and I stumbled across Reuniclus. And I thought that Reuniclus Mawile, because Mawile would be a Mega to abuse in Trick Room. And I started looking at some Helping Hand calcs between Reuniclus Mawile, and they were too irresistible to pass up.
Yeah, that's actually really cool because I agree with you that Helping Hand is definitely underutilized in this metagame. We saw that your fellow Madison regional attendee, Anashikar, actually brought a Helping Hand Miltank, which I'm not sure how much she ended up using the Miltank, but the concept is definitely there. And it's good to see people pulling out these tactical moves. I mean, in your case, you got Helping Hand. You also have another kind of forgotten move in Trick Room, at least in terms of 2014, definitely underutilized. So I definitely want to give you props for using an interesting team. So with a team like this, I imagine that it's not quite your standard fare, and you kind of need a lot of good practice. So can you tell us a bit about your practice routine? Like, how did you get good with this team?
I started out after I built the team, I started out on PS and did probably about 10 to 20 matches, and then I started to get a feel for it. Like I knew I wanted to use it and wanted to continue practicing with it. I normally practice on GBU, so after I practiced a decent amount on PS, and then when I moved on to GBU, after beating the team in game, I got like about probably 150 battles in before my first regional with the team, which was Kansas. And then going into after Kansas, the regional helped like prepare my team, like practice with the team for Madison. So it got like a real world experience out in Kansas City. So I didn't practice as much going into Madison because the American meta was not ready for Trick Room at Kansas City. So I assumed the same for Madison.
All right, that's pretty cool. Although 150 battles on Battle Spot, that takes some time, then I do commend you on your effort on that. Personally, I have a hard time getting through 10 myself. Okay, with a team that's rather unorthodox, at least relative to the rest of the metagame, I imagine you got some sleeper picks for this year. You want to share maybe one or two of them with our viewers here?
Um, Chandelure was by far one of the best Pokemon on my team. A lot of people don't. They usually go for Rotom Heat, Charizard, Talonflame kind of fire types, but I really couldn't fit Rotom Heat. And I don't really like Talonflame. I couldn't fit Rotom Heat because I had Rotom Wash on my team, so I chose Chandelure. And Chandelure, with Infiltrator, can become a hard counter to like substitute Aegislash. And with Substitute, it allows it to dodge Sucker Punches and theoretically wall Kangaskhan. Another Pokemon that I think is underutilized is probably Vaporeon.
Ooh.
Having tested it out, Helping Hand is a wonderful move, obviously, but Ice Beam and Scald, they help cover a lot of the common Pokemon, such as the Dragons and Talonflame, and now Rotom Heat as he rises in usage. So I think Vaporeon also is pretty underutilized.
Yeah, I really like the fact that, I mean, Helping Hand is great, but you actually mentioned one of my favorite things about Vaporeon, in that it has a fairly strong Ice Beam, and I think we've gotten so used to, Draco Meteoring or, play roughing all our Dragon types, and we kind of forget that Ice Beam option exists outside of Greninja. So, yeah, definitely a good call. I really, really like that. And lastly, before we begin our exhibition here, do you have any advice for anyone that wants to follow in your success and, have some... and wants to have some success in this American metagame?
I'd say to try to be as creative as possible, but not so creative that you start to use like bad Pokemon over like going out of your way to make something exceptionally good. I'd also say to like with this team, I really liked playing with the team. So I think when you like playing with a team or you like love a team, you're gonna do better than if you're like just using standard stuff and it's just boring, but you're just kind of good with it. It's just more fun in general to use something like Mawile or Uniqueless or Wigglytuff in this meta than it is to just use Kangaskhan, Talonflame, Rotom Wash, Garchomp.
All right. Well, there you have it, people. Tips from the master himself. Again, this is Collin Hire, winner of the Madison Regional. If you want to follow him at Twitter, he is at Collin with 2 L's, Collin, and then Hire, Higher, which is kind of a play on his last name, but that's enough about that. So anyways, Collin, I am sending you my friend code now, and we can get our best of 3 exhibition started. So send me yours when you got a chance.
Yep. Are we already registered?
Perhaps. You might have my stream DS. Okay, excellent. So I'll add you, and then we'll get started. And now, for the people at home, Collin has actually elected to stay on the line for our battle. So that means you will actually be able to hear his commentary during our set. Obviously, because we're playing against each other, we're going to be a little limited in what we can say about what we're going to be making about our moves. But I do think you'll catch some of the personal interactions, and I think that'll make a fairly interesting stream in its own right. All right, friend code already registered, so I guess I already have you on this DS. Yeah, actually, I believe we had an exhibition prior to.
Yeah, I played on stream once with you before.
Yeah. So, without further ado, let's get it on. So, since I know Collin's team, I figure it's fair to tell him what I'm using. I'm actually going to be running kind of my Mega Tyranitar team. So Scrafty, Tyranitar, Scissor, Rotom Wash, Salamence, and Chandelure. So he knows what I got. I know what he has. So we have a fairly even playing field. If you ever want to take a look, Collin, you can check out the stream and you'll see my team on overlay. Although you'll see it during team preview soon enough. All right, so I'm sending you the battle now.
Okay.
Okay, so looks like we hooked up.
Yep.
Yeah, so in particular, Colin, like if you see like a big turn happening, like I think it'd be really good for the viewers if you like point out the turn after the fact, you know, like why that was a really good move. Since we have a 100-second move timer anyway, so we have a little bit of room to talk.
Okay, gotcha.
So just to reiterate, he's got a Hydreigon, Mawile, Chandelure, Reuniclus, Garchomp, and Rotom. So this should be a very interesting match. That Mawile, that's going to be the big problem. I can sense it. Such a good Pokemon. All right, let's get it on. I got my guys.
I'm still choosing my last one. Are we doing a best of 3?
Yeah, this is best of 3. So,
okay,
yeah,
okay.
That's why I kind of wanted to get this thing going on the road before we can end up getting Jerry on the line after this. And for those of you who are Magic players, Magic extraordinaire Jerry Thompson will be on after Collin, so be sure to stay tuned for that. We're going to be doing a lot of the same things that we just did with Collin. We got to have some interviews, got to have a good battle going on. And I like the nicknames there, Collin. Wow. Isn't this just the metagame right now? Alright. Oh. Apologies for the slight glitch, people. It appears that we're having some slight technical difficulties. I'm going to use that Volt Switch timer. Sorry, Collin.
No problem.
There we go. There, our battle should be restored. Okay, so it looks like I took a Draco Meteor on my Tyranitar. Okay, all right. Sweet. So we're playing a little bit of switcheroo. He's Will-O-Wisping. Decides to go after my Salamence. All right. So, Collin, you want to explain a bit of your logic on that turn?
Well, Rotom's kind of an annoying Pokemon.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to burn it. That's why then you Volt Switched off of me. So I wanted to burn Rotom because if you did have your Tyranitar, you'd be taking a lot of chip damage with your Rotom.
Right.
And then I just wanted to find out now whose Scarf Dragon was faster, if you're indeed running Scarf Dragon.
Well, you're gonna have to find that out. Hmm. Tricky choice here. We both got each other kind of at gunpoint. Ah, okay, I went balls out on this prediction and looks like I missed it.
Did you Fire Blast Hydreigon?
I did. So he goes for the Draco Meteor, hits my Salamence, showing that he is the faster dragon, revealing a Scarf most likely. Barely surviving. Alright, goes for the Hydro Pump. I imagine that's going to pick up the KO through Sand. Alright, so I'm down really early, holy. Alright, so I'm down 2-0, although both your Pokemon are fairly injured, so it's not quite over yet. Rotom, very low health. Doesn't looks like Citrus Berry is all used up. Alright, so anyways, the reason why I Fire Blasted a Hydreigon, which seems like a really dumb play, is the fact that if his Mawile switched in, that would make my matchup fairly difficult. Considering that I had a Salamence out, and which would have been Choice Locked, and I had a Tyranitar, which doesn't have a good Mawile matchup. So the idea was to intercept Mawile should it come in, but you know. He stayed in, gets my Salamence for it, and also picks up the Hydro Pump on my Tyranitar. So good play on his part. Alright, so his Hydreigon pulls back, and the Battle Room. And there's that Mawile. He's pulling it back. Smart. Oh my goodness, the Bearsfan. Alright, so this should do a fair amount to... Oh, that's a really bad critical hit. I'm really sorry about that, Collin.
No problem.
Yeah. Alright, let's go Scissor. Alright, so for the viewers at home, right now, Scissor gets +2 stage from its Swords Dance, but because I'm Intimidate, that subtracts a stage. So that gives me a +1, which equates to a 1.5 times attack boost. So respectable, but not quite as ferocious as a +2. Alright. Alright, so Volt Switch goes off. That's going to hit his Rotom first. And that picks up the KO. Alright. Question is, what's he going to do with this Reuniclus? Can it take an X-Scissor? Picks up the KO, and looks like I should be able to pull this off, but Hydreigon's pretty scary. Hail Hydra, right?
Yeah.
Do you want...
Bullet Punch will take it out.
Do you want to talk a little bit about why you chose Hydreigon over Salamence?
For my team in general, Reuniclus, Mawile, when I started building the team, Reuniclus and Mawile, they have some pretty big holes, most notably Aegislash and the Rotom Heat. So Hydreigon made a lot of sense because it allowed me to wall Rotom Heat and hit hard with Draco. And it allowed me to potentially OHKO Aegislash with the Helping Hand Dark Pulse. But Salamence doesn't threaten Aegislash as much as I would have wanted it to. And Rotom Heat can hit Salamence for neutral damage. And when you put Mawile, Reuniclus, Hydreigon into a team builder, they have exceptional defensive typing.
Yeah, I really like that theory. You and I were talking a little bit before stream went on, that it actually resembles a little bit of Ray's 2012 Worlds team synergy, and you know what? I think you're totally right on that one.
Yeah, and then I also had the Garchomp, which comes even closer to the Garchomp and the Rotom Wash, which comes even closer to Ray's 2012 team.
Yeah, you know what? I didn't even think of that, but Hey, you know what? It just goes to show you, new meta doesn't necessarily mean that we forget what we learned before. So, Collin, if you're ready, we can start this. We can start the next battle. Excuse me. So, yeah. Again, I apologize for that critical hit. I think that mattered a bit. I think at the very least, you would have gotten another Intimidate off, and which would have made my life more difficult. So, without further ado. That Mawile just makes his team so hard to play. And you can see why Ray brought it to his Virginia team. By the way, hashtag Hail Hydra. Please go see Captain America: The Winter Soldier now in theaters. I hear it's fantastic. I want to go see it.
Yeah, I saw it. It was a pretty good movie. It was worth your time.
Ha. Alright, so round 2, Bearsfan versus the Battle-Room. I'm currently up 1-0, but don't discount Collin. And I believe you lost round 1 of your top 4 at Madison. Is that right? And then you made a comeback?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, so this guy knows what he's doing.
That was just a bad matchup. It was on Nathan Powell, Illuminatimon, had some of the Pokemon I hate to play against the most.
Yeah, I hear you. Certain matchups are really hard, especially if you're using Reuniclus.
Yeah.
Okay, so we got that Mawile out, already causing problems. We don't like Mawiles here. Mawile's so deadly with that Intimidate, but at an instant it can Mega Evolve and just start hitting you with these really hard play roughs and Iron Heads. That's what makes it so good. It's kind of like Metagross. I would say it's a bit more reliable than Metagross was back in the day. But definitely a really cool Pokemon. Awesome use of Mega Evolution. Alright, so he pulls back the Battle-Room and sends out Dimsun, which is the Hydreigon, if I'm not mistaken. So we're going to see a Volt Switch here. Alright, so what did he do on this turn? So he goes for the Hydro Pump. Ends up hitting Salamence. Alright, Salamence can take that. That's a very strong Hydro Pump, though. So yeah, it seems like that Volt Switch is giving you a little bit of a switch unpredictability.
Yeah, the Volt Switch definitely is paying off for you here. It allows you to scout potentially. It allowed you to bring in T-Tar pretty much for free.
All right, so he's going for the Mega right here. Predictions have been made. And he goes for the Flamethrower. Wow, that looks really similar to what I did. Okay, so what happened there is we're not just stupid, we're just trying to hit each other's Steel type on the switch-in because he thinks that I'm going to go for my Scissor, and I think that's a very reasonable decision. Likewise, I don't want to deal with any Ferrothorns. Okay, so now I have a Burn Tyranitar, so this thing is, kind of iffy. But Salamence is still alive, and that's more than I would normally be able to say. So he switches back, sends out Smith and Tan, which turns out to be Garchomp, pulling back my own Salamence, and I'm gonna send out Rotom Wash. So Rock Slide's gonna go off. Probably gonna pick up the KO on this Rotom. Despite you losing your Rotom, I do think you're in pretty decent shape.
Yeah, the Burn Tyranitar really helps me here.
Yeah, because it really is a lot of dead weight, which I think that's like a really good thing in what you did, and really makes me wish that I went after that thing with a Draco Meteor when I had the chance. Okay, so Scissor takes the place of Rotom. If he's taking a Draco Meteor move, I want to be able to resist it with my Steel type, and it looks like I intercepted the Draco Meteor adequately. That does a ton, though. Oh, critical hit. That would do it. He goes for the Dragon Claw, going for a double target from where Rotom was. And another critical hit!
Yeah, that one hurt you a lot there.
Yeah, that was a brutal turn. I just got Pokemon, but you know what? That's totally fine. Yeah, we're going to play our butts off on this one. Alright, so Refskin picks up the KO.
As for the Rock Slide, I thought if Salamence came in, I wanted to catch it with a kill. I didn't go out of my way to flinch you here.
Oh no!
That was not my goal.
I guess that's payback for what happened with my with the Hydro Pump in the last match. You know?
Yeah, I don't know. After those 2 crits on Scizor, that was pretty brutal.
I mean, like, all I was doing was gonna go for a crunch on Garchomp anyway, so like I would have died on that turn. Probably would not have KO'd with a burn, but yeah, what are you gonna do, right?
Yeah.
Just firing off them Draco Meteors. So I believe that is a -6 Hydreigon. Am I not mistaken?
Yeah, it's -6.
Yeah. Ah, Life Orb. Interesting. I did not think that you would be staying in with a -6.
I wanted to KO Tyranitar there just so Hydreigon would be able to stay alive.
Alright, so question is how to handle this. Yeah, there's not a lot I can do at this point.
Yeah, the crits on Scizor really hurt you this battle.
Yeah, double crit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, let's go, Salamence. Alright, so at least we did make this a 4-0. Make this a little bit more interesting. Alright, so there's that pesky Mawile. Salamence is super useless right now.
I think it comes down to whether the Will-O-Wisp hits or if...
And then the thing is, then it becomes a prediction war.
Yeah, with Sucker Punch.
Yeah, so... I'm still in this, but it's looking pretty grim for our hero. Let me put it... The thing is, I had to use Dragon Pulse on that turn because Fire Blast wouldn't have KO'd. Live! Yeah, so anyways, there's no reason not to protect in this turn because his Sucker Punch is going to fail. Goes for the Play Rough, and you know that's a good reason to go for Protect right there. Get the burn damage. Unfortunately, I do believe that another Play Rough is going to finish me off. So, question is, will he go for the Sucker Punch? Interestingly enough, he goes for the Sucker Punch. I don't believe that'll KO. Oh, you gotta be kidding.
Yeah, this is a really haxy match.
Oh, man. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. I mean, that was too much.
Yeah, I think what really killed you were those 2 crits on Scizor for sure.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah.
Alright, I gotta save that one. That was actually rather humorous. The thing is, what I thought was pretty interesting is you did about, I'd say you did, I don't know, it's like 60 damage with Play Rough, so Sucker Punch actually would have missed the KO. So I didn't really expect for you to go for that. And then the crit, like, no, my crit!
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was my best play. Like, Sucker Punch probably had a chance there, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah, well, it's weaker than Play Rough, and it doesn't get the stab, so it'd be like less than 2/3. So I think it would have been safe, but it's like, yeah. I mean, like it happened.
Yeah.
Bounce back. Yes, my IRC is dinging on stream.
Definitely not my best played match there.
All right. Well, you got life again, so Time to get back up. Well, at least I haven't missed any Hydro Pumps this set. That's just asking for a curse. This is the best of 3 series, Candy Andykins. That's so hard to say. All right, so it goes with Benji the Great, and okay, interesting. So decent leads for me. Because Tyranitar beats Chandelure, but Rotom does threaten Tyranitar. So, what do you think about your position, Collin?
Chandelure really isn't going to do much against these two. It's definitely, I think you got the lead advantage here, but Rotom does, both your Pokemon can't necessarily kill Rotom right off the bat, so he does threaten Tyranitar pretty effectively here.
Yeah, Tyranitar is such a wild card in this matchup because it threatens certain Pokemon in this matchup, but is beaten pretty hard by Garchomp, by Mawile, so you gotta play it really well.
Volt Switch is definitely proving to be very useful for you here.
Yeah, actually, I rather like Volt Switch, considering, I mean, most of the things that you're going to Thunderbolt are Talonflame. So, yeah. Might as well Volt Switch it, and they run away oftentimes. So, interesting choice. Leftover Chandelure. Sometimes you will see Scarf Chandelure. So, pretty cool play. Oh, no. Rotom's staying in, but... Alright, pick it up, T-Tar. Pick it up. Very manly with this Chandelure, if I do say so. Alright. Dodge the burn. I'm going to get hit by a Shadow Ball on this turn. This is going to hurt. Ow. Okay, so Chandelure has base 140 attack, I want to say. Is that correct, Collin?
I think it's 145.
Yeah, well, 145. You know, it's even more broken than what I said. Although, really, Chandelure is far from broken. It's a Pokemon that's got a really interesting design. I don't know my own base stats of my Pokemon. Give me a break. Talking to the stream chat. Pulling back Benji the Great. I don't mind that play. And Dim Sun, the Hydreigon, comes out to play. Uh-oh, what's gonna happen here? Goes for the Sucker Punch. Good play. That's probably gonna take out Salamence. Alright.
I didn't really want to. I do want Tyranitar out of here, but I did not want to risk it taking any damage from a Fire Blast.
Okay, so I lose my Salamence. Right now, Collin's got advantage, playing very well this game. Okay, so what to do? So, anyways, to kind of recap, his Mawile definitely threatens my Tyranitar. Rather, outright beats my Tyranitar. And Hydreigon does pose a good threat to Rotom. So, we'll have to see if he can capitalize on this. Right now, we're all tied up at 3-3, so very close, good, even fight right now. It's important to note that both of our Intimidators are currently non-factors. His Mawile has Mega Evolved, giving it huge power instead of Intimidate in its stead. And my Salamence is very obviously dead and will not be intimidating anyone from the grave. Okay, interesting. Going for the Draco Meteor here. That'll do some hefty damage to Tyranitar. Flinch. Good play. Going for it on my Tyranitar, so it picks up the KO for sure. Wasted Protect, so that didn't quite work out. So you want to explain your reasoning behind that last play?
I thought that if Rotom did not protect and he stayed in and Will-O-Wisp my Mawile, Mawile would be able to pick up the KO after the Draco Meteor on Tyranitar. Because I needed Tyranitar dead for Chandelure to help win the game here. Because as long as Tyranitar was alive, Chandelure would not be able to function. Or at the very worst, Tyranitar would have stayed alive but would have been in Draco plus Sucker Punch burned range.
Alright, so comboing the Draco Meteor play rough on Rotom. I mean, that play was fairly easy to see coming. But luckily, he's fairly low, but unfortunately, don't miss. Alright, so it looks like I'm going to survive. Will-O-Wisp plus Citrus Berry should be enough. Rotom not getting critical hit this turn, so we'll take that. Alright, so protecting my Rotom. Kind of want it for that Chandelure in the back. Gonna take this time, hit his Mawile, get some good damage off. We see that I protect myself, and he goes for a play rough on Mawile. I imagine this won't do much between Resist and the Burn. And he gets the attack drop. I don't think that'll matter too much. but fairly annoying nevertheless. Okay, so the attack drop didn't matter. Picks up the KO on High Dragon. Goes for the sucker punch. Good call. Oh my god. I mean, like, I guess I could have protected that, but that's super annoying. That's like twice in the set.
Yeah, I do think I had this set though.
Well, how fast is your Chandelure?
115.
115. Oh, we speed tie.
Oh god.
Oh god, that would have been ugly.
Yeah, that would have been really ugly.
The sucker punch went KO. It does about 40 HP, guys. So I would have survived that regardless.
You definitely would have lived that sucker punch.
Let's see how much this would do.
It would have came all down to that speed tie.
I'm so frustrated right now. Oh man.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Yeah. I mean, it happens.
Yeah.
Good games, Collin.
Good games.
All right, so yeah, so that happened, but I mean, that's Pokemon for you. So can't get too upset about it, or else you can't play this game. So Collin, anything you want to like say about our set, or some stuff you want to say to the viewers before you sign off?
I definitely didn't play as well as I could have game 2. I got kind of bailed out by the 2 crits on Scizor and the crit at the end with the sucker punch. But yeah, game 3 I probably should have expected your Rotom to be faster, because the way I was playing the end game was just assuming Chandelure would outspeed Rotom.
Yeah.
So, and that was that could have cost me there.
Yeah, I mean, like, the reason why I went 115 speed on Rotom is because I think speed creeping is a bit more important in 2014 than it was in years past, because there's not really as much speed control. So, like, the 114 mark is for Modest Tyranitar, and then the extra 1 point is for you know, like, the people who are trying to hit that mark. So
right.
Yeah. So yeah, that got kind of messy, but what you gonna do?
Yeah.
Good game, Collin. It was highly enjoyable
game,
and thank you for coming on the stream. So
glad to be on.
Yeah, looking forward to hearing from you soon. So definitely stay in touch, man.
Okay.
And will you have a team report coming out?
Oh yeah, I'm currently in the process of writing it.
Okay, yeah. So definitely keep so our viewers keep an eye out. You can see Collin Heyer's team report. And hopefully it'll be published soon on Nugget Bridge, and you guys can get an inside scoop onto what Collin was thinking. So thanks for being with us tonight, Collin.
Thank you for having me on.
Yep.